it was in high school we started to see that because he insisted on the whole Prince Valiant kind of haircut.
Yeah.
And started getting thinner and thinner on top. And then I never saw him without a baseball hat. But then I think when he went into the Air Force, he started to adapt to getting rid of all of it. But he must have been 45 before I ever saw him without a hat.
Oh.
By the time comfortable enough around friends to take his hat off.
I mean, that's not too surprising. All through up until I was about 25. I mean, I had hair down to here.
Right.
Which is kind of the same thing that Dave did in high school. I mean, I didn't know him, of course, at the time, but clearly, I'm losing. I'm on my way.
Yep.
So,
damn you!
No, it's kind of like that. Just that thing where you have to, if you're not comfortable with it, it's really hard to start losing hair. It's really, 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 really hard. Like my hairline used to be here. When I started losing this, it was real difficult. At this point, I'm like, yeah.
You accept
I'll hold on to this because I haven't become an I'm a peninsula. I'm not an island.
You're a Mohawk.
Yeah.
It's a faux hawk.
Exactly.
Faux hawk. Yeah, there you go.
I go with that Jude Law haircut, where it's usually slightly longer up here.
Yes.
I started losing mine at 24, and by the time I was 29, it was done. And that's when I really had to embrace Bruce Willis made it cool.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is a badass. Yeah.
I was able to embrace that, but if there were times I'd be in a security office, and we always had cameras in the security office.
Yeah.
You'd be scrolling through the different shots, and all of a sudden you'd see yourself, but from a position you never see yourself from, above and behind. Yeah. And you're like, who's the fat guy with the bald spot?
God damn.
And it's not even. It looks like a Hawaiian island.
Oh my God.
Indicator to just incentive to keep it skinned.
Time to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't hang on to it anymore.
Blanca's awake. Is the Twitch stream back up?
It's back up, but it's all fucky.
Let me work on that while Blanca gets the business going, because
you wanna work the stream and I'll just shut it down and you can start it up?
Yeah.
All right. I'll end it.
Do you have a picture for Cornell?
I do. Well, do you?
I don't. You'll have to send it to me.
It's on the website if you don't have it.
That is true.
So you can just pull it from there.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. I have to work some stuff to make it happen. Oh boy, this will be fun. Well, I'm a little bit.
My internet got hit by a bus.
Really? Nice.
Twice. It needed 8 hours of rest.
Time to just shut down the boys, right?
Yeah, they're torturing you. Yeah, they're destroying it.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it was cruising along at only 60% CPU for a long time. I was doing great.
You managed.
Speaking of, I'm gonna
BRB.
Up some stuff on this. I need to prioritize my computer so it doesn't have conflicts.
Yeah, we were talking about hair loss. Is that what I missed out on?
we were talking about it.
Yeah.
We were talking about Dave. We were talking about John's. We were talking about mine.
Oh man,
it's a whole journey.
Well, yeah, I'm watching the March of Dimes here.
Oh, see, you have a better hairline than me or John. So
yeah, my dad put that curse on me.
Yeah, mine's thanks to my grandpa.
Well, I mean, my father literally cursed me because I was teasing him about.
He said the evil words to you.
Well, I was teasing him about his hair loss, And he very matter-of-factly said to me, he goes, well, your hair will fall out faster than mine did.
Ow!
Was your maternal grandfather bald?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
Oh, yeah.
You're on your maternal side. That's where hair loss comes from.
Yep.
Maternal grandfather.
Yep.
And
This is the exact pattern my grandfather had.
So clearly it's got to be some odds thing. I'm not saying I'm not going to go bald. I'm just saying, though, that
it's not an odds thing. It's
genetics. Yeah,
it's
Robert
genetics.
Bruce
100%.
Baker, my grandfather on mom's side was bald.
Well, and, because of divorce and things, I had never met my maternal grandfather until his funeral. So I guess I still didn't meet him. But when I saw him in his casket, I saw his hair or the lack of it, and I went, fuck. This is what you leave me, you bastard?
Thanks so much.
Your genetic lineage?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, my mom's grandpa was pretty well bald, but it all went to Norm.
Yeah, he did. He lost it fast.
I mean, he hit about 30, and it was like, there's no bringing that back. That afro is just a halo.
That's horrible.
All right, so speaking of hair, I just sent you all a photograph to show you what once was.
What was?
Oh, yeah,
Oh no! Oh no!
Let's see what was.
Oh wow!
Dude.
That's like a full-on bowl cut there.
1983, baby. Wearing my dad's sport coat from my senior picture.
Okay, so you're 17, 18 there. Okay.
I was 18 there.
I hadn't quite met him, but I knew about this guy. There was the legend of John Campbell.
Legend.
You had met me.
What? How old are you here?
I'm 18 there.
Oh, so you're a senior.
Yeah.
Have we met? I think.
We didn't meet in junior. Well, we met briefly in junior high.
Uh-huh.
And then we hung out sometimes during high school, but most of the time your mom was too afraid to have me be around you.
Yeah. John needs to tell you the story about the high school assembly where he was on stage for hypnotism. That is legendary.
What?
Yeah, I know. No.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
So you fell for the hypnotism.
Oh yeah, I was told that I was absolutely 100% on board, and Dracula.
No wonder you have this affinity with
vampires.
Vampires.
That's where it came from, right there.
Oh God, I knew John a little bit at this point. I knew him mostly through the friends that knew him.
Right.
But we had this hypnotist, John Lithgow, that would come to our high school every year and put on an assembly. And John had been selected randomly from the crowd and had gone up onto the stage. I think this was our junior year. Pretty sure.
Could have been. I don't think it was senior year was when I did the grass skirt.
Oh, God.
Yeah. They get John up onto stage, and they put all the chairs up along there, so you got all these like high school chairs lined up. There's probably 14 people on stage, and he's one by one making his way down the line of people, and he gets to John, and I'm kind of excited because I know John a little bit, and I know he's kind of a gamer geek, but I also kind of know he's in debate, and he's kind of this like super smart guy. I'm like, God, okay, what's he gonna do? John Lithgow brings him up to the front of the stage and starts to talk to him and interview him. He's like, all right, who we got here today? Who am I talking to? I'm Count Dracula. I'm like, oh. Is that true? Well, is it true that you can turn into gas? And in front of the entire student body, John says,
in Utah.
That's bullshit.
That's amazing. That is amazing. No inhibitions whatsoever.
I'm like, the whole auditorium just erupted. Like, it was the greatest, funniest moment in the student body. So immediately John Lithgow's like trying to recover from this, like, cross the line somewhere. But John was absolutely convicted to explain to this hypnotist what vampires can and cannot do.
It's fantastic. Let me show you something. Let me tell you what's up.
But yeah, for like the next year, that's bullshit was like the thing you said to John.
That was the catchphrase. That's bullshit.
Oh,
Which
man.
is just what all the Mormons wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That was funny.
That was pretty much honeymoon's over. John's going to be my friend forever.
Yep.
The year was 1987 or 1982.
1982.
82. God. That's a long time ago. When I'm feeling really morose, I go back to our graduating class and look at all the obituaries. He's gone. Oh, damn, he's been gone a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a page for our high school on Facebook, all the people who have passed, and I'm like, I can't go to that page. It's just,
It's
like
pretty morbid. It's pretty morbid.
Although I am Facebook friends with Nicole Sylvester, and I must admit I do enjoy going on and looking at her 56-year-old yoga breast implant body. She looks hotter than the cheerleader she ever was. It's not wrong for you to be the same age as the rest of us and look like that.
There were a few people there, Nicole, Celeste. We had some like raving beauties that were just completely untouchable. That you fantasized about.
Yeah.
Actually, Nicole actually reached out to me a couple of years ago because she has a Control-4 system.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, she's got money.
Well, her ex-husband got it. She doesn't know how to work it.
Oh.
She has an ex now?
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Of course. Yeah. And you should see, I don't know if you've seen her daughters, but you're almost burned to cinders to look at how beautiful these girls are. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, she had good genes and she passed them on. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, she sure did.
Like, look at that.
Blanca, you are awake. It's 10 o'clock at night. Nobody else seems to be awake.
10 o'clock. Shit, we did have that whole, we went to bed early, Magnetia, woke up for dinner. This feels a little bit earlier than dinner.
Yeah, it's weird. Your body clock is shifted into a nocturnal pattern without you wanting it to.
But you're ready for mid-shift now. You're great.
That's right.
So Robin's here. She's sleeping. Kind of do my accounting, even though I'm a little foggy. Step out into the hallway and just do the number math. Check the rooms.
So you see that your group is in the next two rooms.
Okay. Head down to the lobby.
Okay. You go down to the lobby, and there's a bit of little bit of entertainment going on over in the cocktail lounge. You see that there's a couple of the film crew, looks like the older guys, there with Jameson Fogg and his female assistant. The rest of the film crew doesn't seem to be here. They're enjoying drinks, laughing, nothing too rowdy or raucous. There's nobody else in the lobby. The restaurant is closed, and there doesn't seem to be anybody else in the lounge.
I haven't studied my spells yet, so I'm still stuck with the handful of enchantments that I've managed to hold on to. Oh, shit. I probably should have messaged somebody before I left. Well,
they'd be asleep anyway.
That's right.
Move into the lounge, sit across from the group, and observe them for a bit.
They immediately acknowledge you coming in, and Jameson stands, gives you his movie star smile, and immediately snatches a chair from another table and whips it around to their table and says, "Join us."
Stand from my isolation, cross the floor, his direction, sit in the chair. Mr. Fogg?
He takes your hand and kisses it like a gentleman. And your name?
Blanca? Blanca.
Pleasure to meet you. He introduces the two film crew guys whose names you forget immediately, and he introduces his assistant, Brandy. And all she needs is a saucer of milk, because she gives you the cat between women, because Jameson has pulled your chair between him and Brandy.
She ceases to exist for me as she did for him.
He asks what brings you to Zermatt, and why in the world are you down here by yourself, unaccompanied?
Couldn't sleep. My friends they've all turned in for the evening, and I don't know, my sleep schedule is a little messed up. We're planning to go for a hike tomorrow, but I saw you and your company at the check-in counter.
Yes, they're my film crew is here. We're doing a bit of a documentary. Nothing too exciting. A bit of a Yeti hunt.
A Yeti hunt?
Yes. Most people don't realize that this part of the Alps are rife with Yeti. But they're elusive creatures, and they hide. And, of course, I know how to track them and find them. So we're going to be doing a documentary on it.
Is this your first Yeti hunt?
Certainly not. Perhaps you saw my film, blah, 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 blah.
Is that the one with yada, 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 yada?
No.
I'm mistaken.
Well, we'll certainly have to arrange a screening for you, won't we, Brandy?
How many days are you scheduled for your shoot?
I think we're in country for 10 days. Of course, it depends on the Yetis. They're not very reliable when it comes to film schedules. But I'm certain it'll be entertaining.
Toss around a couple of the hikes that I had gone on as a child that I hated.
He tells you that he actually anticipates that you must have been very young when you went on those hikes, because they're fairly novice hiking courses. But certainly, and he locks eyes with you, if you're interested in some adventure and have the time, perhaps you could join us on our adventure.
I'm sure your filming schedule is quite rigorous.
Certainly, but there's always opportunities to enjoy nature and all the thrill of the hunt.
It's an intriguing invitation. I would have to clear with my friends, of course, but I'm intrigued.
Certainly, your friends will be invited too. We're going to be filming out near Theodule Glacier. We leave in the morning, and we'll see what we find, or what finds us. Should be quite thrilling.
Among your camera bags, I imagine you're well armed to repel such a beast.
Oh, of course. I'm quite skilled. I have my beluga with me.
Beluga. I'm not familiar.
You're familiar with the weapon that's named after the Yeti?
Yeah.
The beluga is chambered in the same caliber, but it's only a double barrel over-under. Much more elegant weapon, much more attractive.
Have you a Yeti in your collection?
I've hunted them I've wounded one, but he escaped into a glacier crevice, and I was never able to bring him back. But this hunt isn't so much to kill and bring back as it is to film them in the wild. And of course, I'll get extremely close, dangerously close, but that's my business.
We did arrive in preparation for some low-level mountaineering. Would that be adequate for this expedition?
Yes, I don't imagine we'll have to travel too far up on the glacier. In the summer months, the Yeti do tend to migrate down toward the meadows, looking for the sheep. In the wintertime, the sheep are all herded indoors. They're more difficult for the Yetis to get to.
For them, it's all or mutton.
Charming. Isn't that charming, Brandy?
Oh,
God.
what are you drinking?
We're drinking beer, of course. The rest of the crew is out at the festival. But I'm a little too well known. I don't want to be swarmed.
I can understand that notion. Would you like to catch some fresh air?
Oh, certainly. He looks at his two crew members and his assistant with his dazzling movie star smile and asks them to excuse him. Brandy shoots you daggers. He stands, pulls out your chair, holds out his arm.
Knowing the night streets, there's a nice incline that goes up through Old Town.
Oh, yeah. It's nothing but incline from the Bonhoeffer airfield all the way up to the plaza at the top.
Take him on a tour, whether he wants it or not, of kind of the old section. Show him some of the older chalets that were built here hundreds of years ago, point out the new construction versus the old, and kind of show him around town the best Blanca knows how.
He seems quite enchanted with your company. He is every inch a gentleman. And you get acquainted a little bit more with the town and what is here. You see that there are a couple more hotels, probably not on the same level as the St. Moritz, but on the town squares, the Royal Arms. Again, pubs on many different corners, ski shops, mountaineering shops, clothing stores, very few government offices. And it's probably about 11 o'clock by the time you reach the plaza. In addition to the roads into the town, there are 3 roads that leave the plaza to the east, the west, and the south, which you know from looking at your map that those go to the 3 villages and then the ski resorts beyond those. Across the plaza is the tram station, and it's still running even at 11 o'clock at night. The fountain is lit, and it is called the Alpine Fountain, and it looks like a couple of couple of mountain girls, very well formed. They look a lot like Bierfraus themselves, prancing about while the water spills out all over them. And most of the plaza is filled with pennants, and tables have been brought out. You hear some polka music going on. People are dancing. It looks like this is the congregation place for the tourists. There's probably a couple hundred of them here. The beer is flowing, a lot of happy singing. Everybody seems to be doing quite well.
Take his hand and knife through the crowd to the center of the dance floor and join in the festivities, frivolity, and just get lost in the moment.
if he's invited, he will join you in your hedonistic pursuits, and you party like an Alpine rock star for the rest of the evening. Do a perception for me.
24.
At one point, you see someone that just doesn't look right to you. He's got some kind of heavy, meaty features. He's not dressed like a tourist, but he's not dressed in the Alpine. It looks almost military, the way he blouses his boots, the leather jacket, and the cap that he has. But it's more his demeanor. He looks big. He looks meaty. And you see him talking with a slender blonde man for just a moment. And then the two of them are gone in the crowd. You cannot see which way they went. There's something about that guy that it was all in gray with a black leather jacket, just didn't feel right to you.
Try to angle the frivolous dance that we're doing so that I can get a better look. When I recognize that I've lost them in the crowd, start winding things down.
About that time, you feel a light hand on your arm, and you turn to see Marguerite, the desk clerk.
Mm-hmm.
She is no longer in uniform. She is devastatingly beautiful and filled out, almost to the point to make you feel a little inferior. She's around in all the right places and wears the appropriate clothing, but she seems very, very polite and sweet. And she says, "I'm so glad that you came out to enjoy the festivities."
Marguerite, oh, sorry, didn't recognize you out of uniform.
Oh, most people don't. Is your friend Mr. Elkind with you?
You know, we had a long day of travel, and I tried to convince him to come out, but he was exhausted. Perhaps tomorrow night.
She says, "Can I make a confession to you?"
Blush and
it's
sure.
Totally inappropriate, and I'm sure I would lose my job, but I was the one that arranged for him to be alone in his hotel room.
I wondered how that happened. You know, I asked him when he made arrangements for the room to take care of things, but it's not normal. I take that back. You should tell he's had a room by himself. You know what? That is totally in keeping with his character.
Well, I was hoping that he wouldn't be in there alone, if you know what I mean, but he didn't come out with you.
That means he's still in the room. What are you doing here?
I don't know. I just didn't get that feeling from him. At first, he seemed extremely interested, and then I thought I was being too forward when I invited him out, but then he didn't come, so maybe he didn't find me attractive.
I'm sorry, I've been terribly rude. Mr. Fogg, this is Marguerite. Marguerite, Mr. Fogg.
Jameson Fogg, can I have your autograph? And of course, he's only too happy to smile and produce his own pad and pen and snatch off a autograph for her. And then other people start recognizing him and start surrounding him. And she takes his autograph and she says, Did I do something inappropriate? Are you too?
No. Take his hand, invisibility, and then lead him out from the crowd.
You just vanish in front of the girl. Yep. In front of Marguerite. We'll leave the holy shit moment behind you.
Yep.
You turn.
Let Jermaine the chords be damned.
And start pulling him through the crowd, and he's like, "What? Where are we going? What?"
I didn't think it was appropriate at this hour for you to have to sign autographs. We were having a moment, and I didn't want you to. I mean, you stayed at the hotel for a reason, and I wanted to respect that. Let's make our way back.
Certainly. Autographs are part of the business, but that's fine.
Angle back towards the hotel.
You head back toward the hotel. do a perception.
Nope.
Okay.
13.
No. And the two of you return to the hotel invisibly?
Well, he's invisible. I'm not.
Oh, I see. So he has no idea that he's not visible. Do you take him back to the hotel?
When we get closer, when we get away from the crowds, I dismiss the spell so that people don't bump into him or they don't think I'm pulling air.
Okay.
Back into the lobby.
Into the lobby you go. It's very quiet. Looks like the remains of his crew dispersed. So there's only one night clerk. The cocktail lounge has been closed down. It's quiet.
Make my way over to the front desk. Ask if I can leave a message.
Certainly.
Scrawl on a piece of paper Banny's room number and Marguerite's name. Slide it over.
What a bitch.
You slide his room number, Marguerite's name, over to the clerk.
This is one of your coworkers. I've been leaving a message for her. It's of a personal nature. Could you see that she gets it?
Certainly.
I don't know if she's on shift again tonight, but at least in the morning.
Of course.
Jameson, thank you for a wonderful evening.
The pleasure was all mine. I do hope that you let him become visible again, or are you just speaking to...
It was outside before we came into the hotel.
Okay. He kisses your hand again. He tells you that it was a wonderful evening, and he hopes that you can see each other again soon. The invitation to the film shoot is a legitimate one. If you wish to join us or bring your friends.
What time does your crew depart?
And we'll be departing early at about 0700 hours.
Very good. I'll do my best.
He gives you a little salute and shoves his hands in his pockets and moseys toward the elevator.
When we part company, do a loop through the restaurant back to the front door and try to hang back. I'm guessing like the restaurant's maybe closed at this hour.
It is.
Hang back in the darkness and watch the front door. I kind of got spidey sense as I was moving through the crowds. I want to see if we were followed.
Do your perception.
25.
You do not see anybody following you. And where were you positioning yourself to look for this?
The restaurant adjacent to the entrance,
Okay.
with the view of the front.
The only person that you see is Marguerite walking in from the street. She makes her way up to the front desk, and you see her talking to the night clerk. You see him slide across a piece of paper to her. She looks at it, looks all around the lobby, folds it up and puts it in a pants pocket, starts to head for the stairs.
Follow at a discreet distance. Mischief needs a witness.
Oh, what mirth.
She stops, turns, goes back, slips behind the desk, does one of these, and grabs a room key out of the box. Then she goes back to the stairs.
I'm going to get a good night's sleep.
Do you follow close enough up the stairs for her to see you, or you just let her go?
I let her go. Mission accomplished.
Blanca, you are a bitch.
What a naughty little nymph is Blanca. Let us count the ways.
Oh, and he ditches. He just runs off. He just leaves.
Banny, roll a perception. I'm going to put you... Were you drinking much?
I did not drink much. I had that one beer. I was
So you're only at a
exhausted enough.
You're at a -4 for your sleepiness.
On top of sleeping, which is like -10.
So -10, -4, so -14, which is exactly my number, 14. But I have a +15 on perception, so probably hear the knock.
You are asleep.
I'm asleep. Oh,
You do not hear the key in the door. You don't hear the door quietly shut. You barely register the springs of the bed. Start to realize that you are being straddled, and start to come full awake when you feel something very cold and sharp at your throat. You open your eyes in the gloom of the hotel room to see Marguerite. She is straddling you. She's got your head held back, and she's got some kind of blade at your throat. You are in very close coup de grace area.
okay.
Oh, this is your fault. This is your fault, Blanca.
She says, "Shh. I will ask you questions, and you will answer the questions. Do you understand?"
I knew you were too good to be true.
And her Burgundian accent is gone. Now you're hearing pure Clovian.
What did she sound like?
She says, "Your young girlfriend, Mage?" Pressure, pressure.
Hugh, what do you think? You know who she is. She signed the book.
I will ask the questions. Mr. Elkind, have you found Monsieur Clermont yet? No, you are too new in town. Do you know where he is? Answer, or I will end your life.
He is at the farm with the blue barn.
Yes, yes, yes. We have that as well.
Well, thank you very much, because that's all I've got. You want to race? Let's race.
She says, "You do not want to speak to me this way. You are attracted to me, and my dagger is attracted to your carotid artery. How many of you are there? Are there only the 5 of you?"
The 5 ride like legions, but yes, there's 5.
Very poetic. Are there any mages other than the girl?
Yes.
Which ones are the mages?
The big man can see through all sorts of
You are a
magics.
fool if you think that I will believe that. That oath.
I rolled an 18 on a deception.
For your deception?
Yeah. 18 plus, sorry, let me modify that. It's a rolled an 18. It's a 30. 12 plus 12 on deception. He is much more than you think. Come on.
How do you oppose a deception attempt?
Perception.
Yeah.
So it's like their DC of it. So 10 plus what?
It's their perception plus 10. That was his DC. So
30 was.
And what did you roll?
30.
30.
She just nods.
Just
And
hold your blade.
who is your team leader? Is it you?
Magic user, of course.
You are foolish to stay by yourself on such a mission.
Oh.
How long have you been with Nock Richter?
Very, very short period of time.
And I'm certain they will not miss you then.
Are you sure?
You should not have come to Zermatt.
I
Taking a dice for initiative.
yeah.
She's going to have a wee bit of a advantage.
I will be grabbing for that arm, but let's see what we got.
A mounting, if you will, advantage.
She at least will not have a full coup de grace on me, but that does not.
Perception.
I really wish we could have used that previous deception roll because I'm at a 19 perception.
Technically, that if you can argue that is your initiative roll.
If I would have, I mean, that was my previous roll. It was a 30 with the deception.
But it's you fooling her into saying that's what you're doing, and then
yeah. But I rolled.
Yeah, I guess that's like at the time it was you weren't entering initiative. If you had been, it would be a new roll.
It's either a 30 or a 19. 19 for perception.
Well, she absolutely believes that Bjorn is a mage for whatever that's worth.
Right, but Bonnie wasn't trying to enter initiative at that time, so it would be the new roll.
And
so
that is 19. And
you are
awesome.
slow on the draw, and she plunges with the knife. Because she didn't kill you in your sleep, that would have been the true coup de grace. She's going to have to actually roll it to hit. No armor. I'm not sure what all the minuses are when you've got somebody
I'm prone
pinned to the ground.
And
he's flat-footed.
Flat-footed, so -2 AC.
Okay.
I'm not bad off though.
Plus, if she's a rogue, is she a rogue?
She is.
Then she gets sneak attack.
Even though, yeah. God. So
that is a 6.
Fortunately, has it been 8 hours of sleep, John? Does he get any hit points?
Plus 9.
It's been 8 hours of sleep, hasn't it?
It has been 8 hours of sleep.
Were you injured? Because we never did much more to you.
Well, I was injured, but it wasn't by an extreme amount. It was less than 10 points, and I'm sure I got that back. I'm at 51 currently.
But we never covered that. But yes.
So 16, 25.
And 25, my AC is 26, but you do have some advantages against me right now.
Yeah, that was just her proficiency with the weapon and my roll.
Which, if you're flat-footed, you are a -23.
Or minus, 23.
-2 for flat-footed.
Okay.
But no armor on, right? I don't know what you wear.
I don't actually wear armor.
Oh, don't you?
It is a hit.
Yeah.
And, of course, with rogues, it's always the first one that does the most damage.
Yeah.
Well, flat-footed, you get your sneak attack either way, which should be 2d6, unless she's really high level.
No, I got 2d6.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the knife. 2, 3, 6.
What is your AC?
26 is my base.
I haven't calculated that on my sheet yet. Hold on.
It's like Robin's.
I got a +4 on Dex, and my proficiency is 12. I really and
it's the same as Robin's. Also, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Now, if you are flat-footed, then her strike is a crit.
Which does double this is something we actually talked about in the last session the other group had. That doubles sneak attack damage because that's not crit dependent.
Yep.
So does it only double the sneak damage, or does it?
It doubles the sneak damage. It damages the weapon of the actual weapon itself. It doubles whatever strength bonus she has. It doubles if it's fatal but not deadly.
Gotcha. So let me just add that.
I just killed my friend.
There's a fair chance of that. Yes.
Oh.
I mean, it's only dying one, but nobody else is there to respond.
A rogue getting sneak attack with a crit is pretty deadly. There's not much more deadly than a rogue getting sneak attack.
I could have either re-rolled my initiative or I could have re-rolled my dying status.
Well, you get an automatic. I'm not dying.
And if I hadn't rolled like absolute shit, she probably would have cut your head off. As it is, you take 32 points of damage.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, you're lucky.
My dice were for shit. She does twist the knife as she brings it out of it actually hits you in the collarbone area. It's deep and you are bleeding. And I also need you to make a will save.
Will save.
I'm sorry, it's a fortitude save.
That is a 25.
Okay. And now it is. That was her first action. She's gonna just
again
stab you again for second action, but this one
totally Sharon Stone
is not flat-footed. I don't think.
Well, it's you don't get the sneak attack again, but it's...
No. Hold on. She got the sneak attack because you were
flat-footed.
Flat-footed. Are you still flat-footed? That's the real question.
You don't get sneak attack twice in a single round.
You can. If you know how to do it, you can.
How do you know how to do it? Penguin?
Does that count as knowing how to do
it? Well, so actually, this is a really interesting conversation because it's the dichotomy of first edition versus second edition. By definition, in first edition, he would still be flat-footed. I don't know if that's how it works in second edition, and that's why it's interesting.
I thought that you could not perform.
So it's not just the first attack thing in second edition, maybe?
If you strike a creature that has the flat-footed condition with an armed...
Sneak attack applies to any attack you do versus a creature that's flat-footed. It has nothing to do with flourish. It's not a one-time use. It's not an action. It's not an action on its own. It is applied to any attack versus a flat-footed creature.
Right, and the flat-footed condition, though, does it last until that character or creature's initiative comes up?
So, and again, that ties into the interesting thing I said about first edition. Is yes, it would. I don't know if it does in second edition.
So here it is. If you strike a creature that has the flat-footed condition with an agile or a finesse melee weapon, an agile or finesse unarmed attack, or a ranged weapon attack, you deal an extra 1d6 points of damage. Mm-hmm. So I would be flat-footed the entire round. Is that what I'm hearing?
Typically, yes. That
until
what page are you looking at?
I'm looking at page 181.
Oh, you're just looking at sneak attack.
I'm looking at sneak attack.
Well, what you really need to be looking at is probably conditions. Well,
if a rule doesn't specify the condition,
I'm pretty sure you're still flat-footed. For whatever reasons, you are flat-footed because nothing has changed in your condition. So if she attacks you again, you're still flat-footed.
So
I could be wrong.
If she's on top of me and she's got the blade and she hacks once, hacks twice, hacks 3 times. It's a agile weapon, but it's -4 for each one.
Yes.
Right. But the aspect of me being unable to defend myself after the first attack doesn't change. I'm flat-footed for the entire round.
The definition of flat-footed is you can't defend yourself.
If a rule doesn't specify that the condition applies only to a certain circumstance, it applies to all of them. For example, many effects simply say the target is flat-footed. That's under the flat-footed definition.
And that's just a -2 penalty to AC in this case, but the fact that I'm flat-footed for rogue means that it's much more
sneak
devastating.
attack.
Yeah. She may not crit again because she's -4.
But she will still get the additional 2d6.
Yep.
Is it 2? That's her level?
For her level, it's 2d6, yes.
Yeah. I think Banny's flat-footed.
Yep. Seems like it.
And at least until his initiative comes up, Raj.
So he's at armor class 24?
22? No,
24.
He's -2 for being flat-footed.
So it's 24, like you said.
But she's -4 for the next agile attack.
So what's your final number?
No, it's 20. My AC is 24, but you're -4.
No, you're flat-footed, so you're -2.
He's 26.
So that's why 24.
My AC is 26.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that.
All right. So
24.
Next round.
24, and you have a -4 to your second attack.
Don't roll a 20. God damn it.
So I'm actually looking for a total of 28, yes?
No.
To be able to hit, with the -4.
She has to hit a 24. Yeah. She has to hit a 24, but yes, -4 for her. Yes.
So that's 28. Yes. What you said is right. Too bad it rolled off the table. And
it did. 12. She stabs the pillow.
Oh, God. Okay, one more time.
-8.
She rolls off of you and moves across the room, like scuttling backward to put some distance between the two of you.
Do I have? Am I bleeding? Yeah, I'm bleeding
a lot.
I am going to hold that the entire round to see if I can staunch the bleeding. And I'm going to call out, Bjorn! I'm being attacked!
Meanwhile, next door.
Well, hopefully anybody within range, everybody's in adjacent rooms.
Right.
Who knows if that screaming actually helps at all.
So you are using your full round to try to staunch bleeding?
Yeah.
Plus scream, the power.
Use your free action to scream out Bjorn's name.
Yeah, because who else? Really? I'm sorry, Robin. I'm sorry. You will hear it too.
Cornell, roll a perception, please.
I rolled a natch, so that's going to be 34. If you want initiative, it's 36.
Your eyes snap open, and so does your bedroom companion. You sit up just a bit faster than he does, and you heard, Bjorn, I'm being attacked, coming through a wall. What was your number?
36 if we're talking initiative.
Yep.
That's good for initiative, right?
Blanca has not yet laid her head on the pillow. Does she hear it?
Did you say 36, Cornell?
Yes, sir.
Holy God.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural.
Roll a perception, Blanca, and Robin, you're both at a -10.
-10. Well, she's not asleep. Blanca's not asleep.
Oh, Blanca's only at a -5.
Okay.
What do I have to do to staunch bleeding? Is it
like a flat.
Is it 11?
It's a flat check.
I thought it was like 11 because
if you're just applying pressure to yourself, it's an action or whatever.
It's 3 actions, right?
It's 3. Is it 3 actions?
I think it's 3 actions, but I remember hearing it's 11 flat check for staunching bleeding if in the Pathfinder rulebook. But
so the default rules is you get to roll that check every round. If you want to just stop it on your own, then that's the Burgundia rules of applying pressure. You automatically get to roll that flat check every round. Because that's applied to any persistent damage, whether it's the bleed, whether it's fire, whether it's acid. You automatically get to roll the chance for it to stop.
Got it.
And that's under persistent damage in the core rulebook.
Okay.
Robin, that's before your -10 for sleep.
Well,
Yeah, total roll of 25.
I rolled an 11, so I'm just checking to see if that works.
You rolled an 11 for staunching the bleeding?
Staunching the bleeding. And I'm
What
looking at bleed damage.
What was your initiative? Your initiative roll? Like, you're fucked, dude.
19.
I'm sorry, you're fucked, dude.
So that happens. You roll that at the start of your turn.
Oh. Well, I did.
Or the end of your turn.
Well, I rolled it at the start of the turn as I yelled out to the rest of the team.
Bjorn!
Yeah.
Blanca, how did you do on your initiative roll or your perception roll?
How's an 8 strike you?
Oof.
Oh, fuck.
Blanca drifts into Dream World and Robin stays in Dream World.
25? Insufficient?
Well, that's a 15. You're at a -10.
No. That was with my -10.
Oh, well, in that case, you wake up. I forgot how fast you were.
Light
You
sleep.
wake up and hear your roommate cooing as she snuggles into her covers.
She's like face down. Blanca, that's Banny. She rolls out of bed.
It's enough to wake you up, Blanca, but you're slow. And with an 8, you're probably going to want to shower, have some breakfast, iron a clean shirt.
Eat only a little bit of the egg.
I forgot to remove the turn down chocolates from my pillow.
They're stuck to your face. Okay, Cornell, you snap awake in the next room.
And I'm immediately aware that I heard Bonnie scream out, yes?
Yep, you even caught the words. Bjorn, I'm being attacked.
Then I'm gonna stand up, head to the door, and open the door, and that's gonna be 3 actions.
Okay. I'm presuming that you're not dressed or
I'm in boxer briefs essentially.
Gotcha.
I probably sleep with a gun under my pillow, and I pick that up when I headed out.
Fair enough. Bjorn rolls out of bed right behind you. He sleeps only in boxers, and he grabs the axe and joins you at the door. So he's right behind you. Banny. Marguerite does a fast draw, pulls up a silenced Ragnar, fires at you twice.
Ouch.
Oof.
Not a 20, right?
Not quite. 28.
20, so she hits me. First one.
Yeah.
But it's a
First bullet.
straight hit. Straight hit.
Great hit. 6 points. And she fires the second time. 19 minus. Are Ragnar's agile? They are agile.
Yes, sir, they are agile.
Minus 4 is 15. 25. How's that do against you, Banny?
25 does not, actually. Now that I'm mobile.
Are you still on your feet?
I'm in the bed. So if I'm prone, she's
You're no
at a
longer
distance.
flat-footed because you've had your turn.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm at 26 still, but I'm also prone, and she's stepped a little ways away from me.
Technically, if she's firing at you
Ranged.
with a ranged weapon, you're actually
-2.
at a +2.
Yeah, she's at a -2. I'm at a +2, I guess. So
Yes.
I'm at a 28 right now, so she misses me.
My question was, are you still alive?
I am. I'm at 7 points.
Okay. She is going to squeeze off that last round.
Worth a shot.
Holy shit, man. It went from a natch over to a 14.
Because I'm supposed to live.
Punches a hole in the wall next to your head.
We don't want Blanc to live with that guilt for the rest of her life. She's got such a long life in front of her.
Robin, you couldn't make out the words, but you just heard yelling.
Good enough. Did I know it was Banny's kind of voice?
Yeah, you definitely can tell that it was Banny. Somebody was yelling. You don't know if he's yelling because, well, he is having an interesting engagement with the desk girl.
You wouldn't yell Bjorn for that, though, to be clear.
Hot.
You
hottest thing you could do.
You might in the situation. You might.
Bjorn,
In the circumcision?
I need your
In
power.
a certain
Everyone yells my
situation,
name in the
you
throat.
might yell Bjorn.
All right, so she's not going to be able to do too much, actually, because it's going to be like, get up, move action to door, open door.
Right.
Yep.
Does she have her pistol with her?
Oh, yeah. She flopped flat down onto the bed.
Okay.
Never got undressed.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so she's exactly where Cornell is. Can't do shit.
Right. Just like, that didn't sound good. Door.
Banny.
So I don't know if I actually staunched the bleeding from last time.
Yeah, did you?
With an 11?
I don't know if that worked.
I mean, you
Okay,
spent 3
okay.
actions. Do I look this up?
But that's how much damage am I taking from the bleed?
You took 3 from the bleed
God dang it.
and 2 from a burning sensation at the wound,
Man,
which is starting to run down your right arm.
Burning is not a sanitizing feeling.
I am looking for where I left my satchel, because there's some Chiron bars in there.
Satchel's probably in the chair where you tossed it.
I am going to dodge roll. I'm going to run over to it, open it up, find that bar, and see if I can get a bite. But that's a move, a use, and another use.
Just FYI, Banny, the apply pressure requires a flat check DC of 15.
Okay, I did not make it.
We made it so hard to stop the bleeding.
You are making a mess. Your
you
bed is a mess. The floor is a mess.
any persistent damage allows you a free check every round for it to just naturally stop. But yes, apply pressure if you're yeah.
I'm curious what is that free check? Because I'm looking for it and I don't see it here.
It's somewhere under persistent damage. It's somewhere. Hold on.
See, damage types, precision damage, energy damage, bleed damage, another type of special damage. This is persistent damage that reflects persistent damage.
I'm grabbing it.
Persistent damage rules. Assist recovery.
Yeah, it's there are
That's on
specific rules for
621.
it.
621. Reduce.
Yeah.
So
Till it runs its course.
All right, 621.
yeah, 621.
That's for persistent damage.
Okay,
Flat check of 15.
Oh, sorry, I was in the wrong book. That makes a lot of sense. 621. I was like, there's not 621 pages in this book. I was in the advanced player's guide.
I'm not seeing a specific number. Where are you seeing that? Reduce the DC of the flat check to 10 for a particularly appropriate type of help, such as dousing you in water.
After you take persistent damage, you get a DC 15 flat check to automatically end it.
If you recover from the persistent.
Well, hold on. After you take any persistent damage, you get every time you take persistent damage, you get a DC 15 flat check.
So he's got to take the damage first.
You 100%.
I already did.
You can also in Burgundia, we added a 3-round action to stop bleeding.
That's the thing I tried first.
If you do the 3-round action of stopping bleeding, you don't take the damage.
I was doing the 3-round action of stopping bleeding, but it did not stop itself. Do I still take damage?
It does not. No, you don't take the damage because you did the 3-round action. If that's all you did is stop bleeding, you don't take the damage.
So holding,
so you get back 3.
I get back 3 points from.
But how do you stop it though under that rule?
So you either make your DC 15 or you don't.
So it's kind of like you just temporarily stop.
But if you apply pressure, you don't take the damage that round.
So if he stops holding it,
then he starts taking persistent damage again.
Interesting.
But he will get still the flat DC 15.
So I'm still holding. I've been holding my
technically
the whole time.
If you're holding the wound, then you're spending 3 actions to hold the wound.
I did, and I used my free to
which means you don't take persistent damage.
So
but
I'm
if you
still
jump out of bed, go digging in your satchel, you're not spending the full 3 rounds or 3 actions holding your neck.
Right. Exactly. But subsequent to taking the persistent damage, you do get the flat DC 15 check again.
Yes, the entire point of spending the 3 actions is to prevent the damage.
Right.
Interesting. I didn't realize that was how it worked. So I didn't take the 3 points of damage the first time, but I am going to take the 3 points of damage as I rush to my bag. And
yes, as soon as you don't spend 3 actions applying pressure, you will, at the end of your round, you will take persistent damage, at which point you will then get an additional DC 15 flat check.
Okay. I'm going to do the DC 15 flat check at a 9, and then say I reach into my satchel, I grab a Chiron bar. And
No. Persistent damage takes place at the end of your round.
Okay.
And then you get the DC 15. So you have to take your 3 actions, and then persistent damage happens, and then you get a flat check.
Okay,
so
it's pedantic, I know, but that's
no. It totally makes
bar.
I run over to the bag, which is an action. I open up the bag, which is an action. I grab out the Chiron bar and eat it. I search my bag for the Chiron bar, and the third round the third action I eat the Chiron bar. Does that sound right? Appropriate?
Take the 3 points of persistent damage.
Well, he heals with the Chiron bar, which ends bleed.
Before the end. Well, before the end of the round, I held it the first round.
You think the Chiron will stop the persistent damage before he takes it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how much is a bite of a Chiron bar?
It's
1d4.
1d4.
Okay. What would you do for a Chiron bar?
Shut up.
I'd do about 1d4 of anything for a Chiron bar.
Good God, yes. Okay, and what do we have? We have a 2.
Well, we have no bleed.
No bleed. So that means I've preserved 3 points and got 2 points back.
Correct. That puts you what? At 4?
7?
That puts me back at 7 because I had calculated back, and I turn to her and I say, "You are so fucked."
Blanca.
We have a Hulk.
We ride like legions. That's all I have.
I was in the depths of happily thinking of Benny's extramarital affair, which I had arranged for him.
That's right. When you hear muffled through your slumber,
Robin saying,
Robin.
"That's Benny."
A sinking feeling goes all the way to my toes, and I am mortified. Immediately, wide and full awake, I didn't bother to study any new spells yet. I'm rested, but not rejuvenated. I see the doors open to the hallway.
Sure,
Yeah,
Robin is holding it open,
heading that direction.
frozen in time.
Roll out and dash into the hallway. I'm.
Are you in your nightgown?
Yeah, I've changed.
Yeah. All right. So one action to roll out of bed.
Can I roll out of bed as part of my move action?
No.
I didn't take such cool advantage.
Can I use
a stand up? A stand up
Stand
is
up.
move action, unfortunately. Unless you have kip up.
I don't have
Stand
kip
up is a move action.
I'll stand up, move to the hallway. Damn it. Can I get to where I know Banny's door is? I know exactly what I'm looking at.
Yeah, you'll end your third action outside his door.
Hey, can you open the door for me?
Yeah. So
We
my move's 25. I'm guessing my third action is that last bit to get to his door.
Yep.
Scream. Just scream out of frustration outside the door.
Okay. You scream in frustration, and then we are back to the top of the order. We'll do one more round and then call it for the evening.
You teenager with your angst.
Cornell, you are the fastest. You are at an open door. You use an action to open the door, yes?
Well, I did last round, yes.
Okay, so you got an open doorway in front of you. You just saw Blanca in her nightgown, barefooted, go running past. And you've got your three actions.
Yes, I have three actions, but I also have a locked door in front of me down the hall.
Actually, it might not be locked because she opened the door.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I don't know. It's up to John.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
John thinks that if an assassin slipped into your room to murder you, she's professional enough to lock the door behind her so that she's not disturbed.
I require a wisdom check.
Cornell very wisely holds the door open for Bjorn as he rushes past Cornell.
So you're gonna hold action, or
I'm gonna hold action.
You hold action, and in the room, Marguerite hisses mad and fires twice at you.
you should have gone flat again.
Play it again, Sam. Let's see how it goes. Ouch! Really? God damn it! You and your fucking 20s. Ugh.
I don't think I've rolled a 20 tonight.
Yeah, that's fine. No, it's usually Bjorn, which is lovely, but god damn it.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, at least it's the pistol and it's not the knife.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Roll them.
With sneak damage.
2.
I don't think it's sneak. It's not.
No,
sneak.
I'm saying
Yeah.
a knife with sneak damage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So 2 and 1 is 3 points of damage. How impressive.
I have actually had that experience before.
3 with 2 dice? That's incredible.
Yeah, the Ragnar's only a d6.
Yeah.
And she rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh, god damn it.
You should probably add 2 to each of those.
Yeah.
Proficiency.
Yep.
Which
Yes.
puts me at 0.
So 4.
I flop back.
Her weapon specialization is +3.
Oh, is she
Is she expert or
master?
master?
She's a master.
Ah,
Oh, we're dealing with somebody that's pretty high level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
You're
puts me. I'm in dying one.
Dying one. That's what matters. There's no negatives. It's just 0 and dying one.
All right. Let me do a. Yep. Okay.
I crumple to the
okay.
floor because that is -2.
You drop. And here comes Bjorn. He thunders through the doorway that you held for him.
Conan the Barbarian music plays.
Rushes the 20 feet up the hall. So he's going to use one move to reach the door. He's going to use a second move to hurl himself at the door. So he'll make an attack on the door. That'll do it. 18.
He always rolls an 18 when attacking doors. You notice that?
He does. Holy shit. That's going to be a knock the door flat kind of move.
Splinters go everywhere.
Yeah.
And then with a roar, he's going to thunder inside with his axe raised, and that will end his round.
Cornell wants to go right now, right after Bjorn.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
That door has gone down. Your friend has disappeared into the room.
Cornell is literally shadowing Bjorn out that door.
Got it. So you will use one move. What's your move? 25?
Right, 30.
30?
Yes.
It'll only take you one action to get into Banny's room.
And then I will enter Banny's room with my Ragnar drawn and shoot her twice.
Let's do a perception to see if you know who or what there is to shoot.
That's fair. That's fair.
Thankfully, he's rogue.
Banny
20.
gets shot 3 times. Just kidding.
20.
All right. So if somebody is hiding.
She's not hiding, though, is she?
She was shooting with...
Yeah,
we don't know where she was.
Yeah, she did.
Did she spend a stealth action?
No, she didn't. She shot me multiple
She shot
times.
you once.
One whole time.
Oh, that's
She
true.
still had 2 actions left.
Ooh.
That's true.
In that case, I move into the room, don't see an obvious attacker. I spend a or a search action and don't find her. Or I don't see her coming into the room, and then I need to spend a search action to find her.
You burst into the room. That was your first action. What was your perception?
20.
You see Banny down near the chair, near his bag. There's not a lot of light in the room. There's enough from that you can see he's bleeding. Are you going to do a search action? Something hurt him. And he said he was being attacked.
How close am I to Bonnie?
10 feet probably. 10, 12 feet. You'll use an action to get to him.
Yeah. I don't need to be the hero. I'm going to spend the move action to get to Bonnie and use medicine to make sure he stabilizes.
Okay. Does that require a roll, or that's just the skill?
It does. It does require a roll.
One action thing.
Which 22 medicine.
Wow. Good God. That's nice. That takes 10 minutes. Are you doing battle medicine or are you?
Yeah, I have battle medicine.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that gives me a pretty sizable chunk of hit points back.
I don't have it in front of me on what it is, but
it's like
are you doing medicines like stabilize, right? Medicine.
Well,
no, it's battle medicine.
Battle medicine.
It's in combat.
Right.
It's basically a medic drop right there.
Hold on, let me pull up. No, that's wrong fucking book.
While he's doing that, Robin.
Oops. So she has a move of 35 feet. I don't know how far away it is to Banny's room.
So
the door's
you can
open.
It's 40 feet down. So one move will get you within 5 feet of it, and that's roughly where Blanca is, I think.
What is it?
In the room.
So a second action is to move all of 5 feet into the doorway and see Banny on the floor, Cornell over him, working battle medicine. I see the giant Viking in front of me, splintered door everywhere, look left, look right.
He has hearts on his boxers.
Hot!
Just thought I'd tell you that. Thought I'd share that.
Now I know he's a learned man.
Oh, he is a wonderful man.
34 is her perception attempt, moving 5 feet of her 35 feet into the room.
Okay, you move 5 feet into the room, do a perception, and get a 35.
34 is the result.
I'm sorry, 34. Okay. You have one action left.
Bonnie, you regain 2d8 hit points. Because I am successful because it's only the typical DC is DC 15.
15, yeah. 2d8.
Yeah, one action
Roll
left,
'em.
John. That's it.
Okay.
It's your life. You roll them.
Oh, you're healing. You're healing.
All right. I'll roll them.
Think damage. Reverse.
3 and 5. You get 8 hit points.
Do I do it from 0 or do I do it from -2?
From 0. You have 8 hit points.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are wounded one.
You're wounded 1.
Wounded 1.
And
Stricken?
you are
Stricken, yeah.
Stricken.
Okay.
You know,
John.
Keith. When I was looking at Cornell, that was one of the things I considered dropping.
Good thing you
Was
did.
what? Battle medicine?
Battle medicine and medicine training in general.
Yeah.
He's been through
But
so
I
much shit.
remembered that you mentioned that you guys are lacking on
Right.
Healing.
When
Healing.
Keith let me level him up, I remember that I gave him that. I'm like, yeah, we're going to need this because Bjorn.
Got to ask you guys a quick rule question.
Sure.
You can hold an action, correct?
With
No.
extra
You can't
actions.
hold an action. You can hold a turn, or you can ready an action, which takes 2 actions to ready, and then you get 1 action later.
Right.
Okay, so if I ready an action, then I'm waiting for a trigger,
Yes,
correct?
correct.
And I
But-
pick what the trigger is.
You have
declare
to
the trigger.
you have to declare the trigger, and if it happens, then you get to spend 1 action.
Gotcha.
And to be very
One.
clear and transparent, if she spent an action
Stealthy.
after she shot, if she hid, she had 1 action left, so she couldn't have, say, readied an action, wait until I'm spotted, and then I shoot the person.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Robin, as you're scanning the room, you see that the door went flat. You look left. You see Banny's on the ground. Cornell's over him. The Viking is right in front of you. And whether it's a shadow you see in the mirror into the bathroom that's off to the right, you see something in there that just doesn't look right.
So I still had 30 extra feet of movement free. Can I get a closer vantage before spending my 3rd action?
Let's see. 1 action to get to
To the door.
5 feet away from the door.
Right.
Another
5 feet to
action
get in the
to
doorway.
Move into the room,
hmm
and then you did your perception. Is that correct?
If your perception is going to be a full action taken away, then yeah, I'm all done. I just yell out and say, over there. But
No,
if
you
it's-
still have 1 action left.
So I stepped 5 feet into the room. I spotted it. I'm going to move closer
some kind of movement in the bathroom, maybe.
Okay. I'm going to go on that instinct. I'm just going to move towards that.
Okay. You can reach the bathroom door or even into the bathroom if you want to.
Bathroom door is probably sufficient. I'm going to quick draw and fire if I see a target.
You can't move and then quick draw because you only have the single action left.
Yeah.
Quick draw and fire is one action.
But you only have one action left.
Quick draw and fire is one action.
But you have to move to the door.
That's my remaining 30 feet of movement.
All right. So you moved to outside the room, moved inside the room, did your perception, and then you have one action left. Now, if you want to quick draw, you certainly can. But if you fire from here, there's nothing to fire at. You would have to move to the bathroom door in order to see something.
So I'm lightning fast, but I'll just stay there, I guess. I have nothing to shoot at, or I can move into the doorway where I can be a target.
Yep.
Okay.
Because when you burst into the room, you did take a moment to
look. Right.
Look.
I'll just treat that as an evaporated. I'll just treat that as an evaporated action then, because of looking. That's fine. I'll just clear the doorway because people are going to come in behind me, I think, and I'll just point in the direction of the bathroom, saying, "The bathroom." That's it.
Okay.
Nothing to shoot at.
Nothing to shoot at. Banny. Did you get some hit points back?
I got some hit points back.
Awesome.
I'm at 4.
You come conscious to Cornell straddling you. It's much different than what you remember the last thing straddling you.
You slip back to 0.
I grab his crotch. I mean, wait. Oh.
He slips back to 0?
Yeah, you feel this. It's almost like a cold burning. It's now in your chest. It's running down your arm, and you roll your eyes up in your head and fall back to the floor.
That's
I go to 0.
Dying too?
I drop and go to 0.
Technically,
it's still
if it's persistent damage, it happens at the end of his turn. I don't hate to nitpick you, but technically he gets a full turn before he takes persistent damage.
Fair enough. I gotta learn these rules too.
I look over to. I actually do a quick perception check to see what is going on around me, and I roll a straight 1. And I am completely bewildered as to why I'm on the floor in the first place. I look around and flail for a bit.
Is that you?
Yeah.
There's a convention in your room, and everyone's been poking you with pixie sticks.
I froth for a little bit, and then I feel something happen to me, and I basically flop at that point.
Boom! You hit the floor.
Yeah, I technically do have 3 rounds, but that was a really bad roll.
Yeah, it sure was. Blanca, you're the only one out in the hallway. Everyone else has run into the room now.
So I heard movement inside the room. I heard bathroom from Robin.
Yeah.
I probably hear Cornell doing chest impressions.
Stay with me, Banny. Stay with me.
Spend a move action to go into the room. Look past where Robin indicated into the bathroom.
Perception.
18.
You startle yourself by seeing your own image in the bathroom mirror.
Can I see if there's like soap or just like the normal stuff that's in a bathroom in a hotel room on the countertops?
Yeah. Yep, it looks normal in there.
I just out of sheer frustration grabbed those components and just tossed them across the bathroom using telekinetic projectile to try to strike at anything in that room.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
She is so riddled with guilt. I rolled a 2.
Oh,
You make a lot of noise in the bathroom.
That's the end of my turn.
Now, Cornell, you are actually at the top of the order again. Since you
I did held my action, so I'm permanently after Bjorn.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
Which I think lets her go first. Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
Blanca, you've just thrown your little magical temper tantrum. Probably about, would you say you're 10 feet away from the bathroom door? 8 feet, 5 feet?
5 feet.
5 feet. Part of a face and an arm with a silenced pistol comes out around the bathroom door and fires twice at you, young lady.
Is Blanca unaware of this attacker? Was the attacker hidden?
Yeah, she was hidden.
Then Blanca is flat-footed.
That's kind of what I thought. Because
Yes.
Blanca hasn't seen the attacker. She didn't see any movement. All her perceptions were for shit. First
Shit.
bullet. That may not do it. 14. First bullet is a 17.
Remarkable. How did you miss me?
Plus, well, you're at a -2 because you're flat-footed.
But still,
That's still a 20 for armor
Okay.
class.
Fair. Just still check it.
So the pistol barks. You feel it hiss past your ear.
silenced marks.
Hey,
At that range, it's still loud.
that's right. You still hear the clack of the action working. She cuts loose with a second round. That is a 16 minus 4 is a 12 plus 22. You're still flat-footed. 24.
Hit.
There's a hit, and you are classified
She gets her
critical. So she gets the double the sneak, or just
Well, she it's not a critical, but it's a
just-
hit.
It's she gets her sneak attack bonus, so 2d6 on top of her damage.
Because she's flat-footed.
She does have weapon tricks.
So that applies critical specialization whenever you crit. So you technically, if she hit Bonnie with I believe it was a knife,
Yeah, that's her specialization.
then he took 1d6 bleed damage on top of everything else.
Okay.
But that would
But
have
I
been
was-
healed by what all happened, so it doesn't matter.
yeah,
Gotcha.
because I was holding
But it-
the wound during.
But
that
it so it wouldn't apply to Blanca
Got it.
because she didn't critical. She just sneak attacked.
Okay. So she gets the sneak on top of the weapon.
Yeah.
Sneaky snake.
Blanca, my dice. You take 8 points of damage.
Oh my god, you are so fucking lucky. 2d6 sneak attack damage plus
Yeah,
weapon damage plus
weapon
2.
damage.
well, +3, right? Because she's
Oh yeah, that's right.
She's a
plus 3.
master.
she's.
Did
a
you roll
master.
straight once?
Actually, I may not have added in all the dice. Let's see.
+3.
So you should be
got
+3 plus
the weapon.
2d6 plus weapon.
Okay, so plus 3 more. I didn't add in the
Okay.
weapon specialization.
Got it.
Ouch.
And she used one move to step to the door, second to fire and miss, third to fire. She's considered partial cover at this point. Not that I think that's going to matter much in a moment.
I I hear Conan music coming again.
Boom, 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 boom.
Bjorn lets out a roar and practically puts Blanca through a wall as he shoves her aside, leaps into the bathroom in a barbarian rage. One action. Swings the battle axe in close quarters.
Natch. Of course.
Does he have Vorpal Blade on that battle axe now?
He does not.
After 3 natches in a row, it develops it.
And as much as he wanted to probably grab the Yeti on the way out of bed, he's a Norman, and I think that the axe is instinctively the first thing he grabs.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
no doubt.
It's almost as devastating.
Pretty...
Now, what he needs is one of those runes on his axe. He needs to. Who does he talk to in management about that?
Well, talk to Cornell. He took it.
Okay.
I think there's one more.
My dice rolls continue. So there's a 3 plus 4 is 7, 8, 9, 10.
Talk nice to Felix and he can make them.
It's a crit, so it's doubled, yes?
Yes.
I haven't seen Felix in like a year.
That's by choice.
Feels like it.
No, I've been on vacation with Blanca. Vacation.
And he's in a rage, so it's +2. Does 29 points of damage with the first swing.
Oh, she is.
That doesn't sound structural. That sounds body.
Banny was correct when he said she's fucked.
He swings again. 9 minus 5.
Oh.
4, 22.
He moved rage and then swung.
Does rage take up a
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have to. It just comes upon him. He doesn't have to spend an action to go into a rage.
You have the class feat to make it instant?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got all kinds of nasty barbarian shit.
Nice.
He can instantly go rage.
Yep. Last time he thought he was able to kill 2 red caps at one time because of his brutality ability.
We have 2 rangers and a rager.
Yeah.
Rager and rangers.
And a thunder beluga. He hit exactly what he needed for the second one. He got a 22. Where's his dice? 6, 10, 13. Not a crit.
You're a good man for pushing this an extra round.
Yeah, I know. He said 1 extra round, but I was like, wait.
Yeah, that wasn't cool to just stop it like that. You see him go in, swing, you hear a scream, swing, one more scream, and then you see him straddle and just go until he begins painting the ceiling, the walls, himself, out into the bedroom. Still in his rage, just transforming her into something that is not recognizable as human.
Cornell's over on the bed straddling Bonnie, and he's panicking because Bonnie should not still be unconscious. He's pretty positive he's done everything he needs to do to make Bonnie conscious, and he doesn't have any more tricks left in his bag, so he's panicking.
A greenish froth come out of Bonnie's mouth.
Is it a poison?
Are you asking me, or are you asking me?
No.
Cornell.
She's asking out loud to to Cornell.
Cornell is going to make a medicine check to see if it's a poison. He rolled really good. 29.
Oh, it's
medicine.
It's definitely a poison.
It's a poison. It's a poison. I don't have a medicine bag though.
Bjorn wonders if he has a fairy.
So somebody run to my room. It's in my pack.
Well, Robin's fast. She'll run over to Bjorn's room. Go to the pack.
Bjorn is looking through his own haversack. He's come out of the bathroom now. He looks like
He just had trousers on.
He's just got his heart boxers on. He's
the heart boxers.
He is painted with.
They're a little red.
Just painted with it.
She's looking for the mint leaves inside of the pack that Bjorn had.
How many did he have in there?
3.
Two. She can feel 2, I think.
We cure poison. We got 3 mint leaves. She can feel 2 mint leaves.
Never mind.
Never mind. Those are the nuts.
That's right.
Yeah, those are the nuts that she was going for.
You do find the mint leaves.
She's running as fast as she can, like a sprinter. I don't know if that's going to take 2 turns, and it's like Banny's like dying.
Well, Blocky, you take a point of damage from bleed because you got shot.
Actually, he slips to dying 3.
Oh, I am using my hero point by the way.
To stabilize.
Yeah, I still got that just sitting right here in this little spot.
No roll required. Does that
use it to improve your bowling score like the stupid shit that we normally use it for?
Yeah, that's.
But I wanted to break 100.
I really, really want to roll another 20 just for no reason. Just.
So you use your hero point to stabilize?
Yeah, before I hit hero or before I hit dying 4, yes.
So what does that do with poison? That's a question.
I know that it saved me from dying while I was going across the channel. That was
so you can't take damage while you're dying unless you specifically take damage
from an outside source.
Yeah,
okay.
Like somebody has to stand over you and specifically damage you. Typically, I mean, you can always DM overrule it. There's a fireball cast on top of them, and they, of course, die. Type stuff. But poison is a whole other thing. So I there's no rules on that that I'm aware of.
Well, it says your dying condition increases by 1 if you take damage while dying, or by 2 if you take enemies critical.
Yeah.
So I think that if you brought him back before the poison was neutralized, it would start to work again.
Yeah.
I think we are in agreement there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you've used your hero point to stabilize and you administer the mint leaf, you'll neutralize the poison.
I mean, Robin runs up, grabs Blanca to the, in her night shift over, and because she doesn't feel comfortable using fey magic mint leaf, but puts it towards his mouth.
I'll dose him, and it comes with a bucket load of tears.
I mean, get my healer's tools and I can just treat poison, but that's really what I was sending you for. But the mint leaf works.
Yeah, I know. You're like, what'd you get a leaf for?
Blanca, did you get that you bled 1?
Yeah.
You're gonna bleed again.
Don't care.
Give him his flat.
You get a DC 15 every time, but yes.
Yeah, she's still bleeding. Run over to Banny with the mint leaf that Robin brought. Pry open his mouth and just push it down his throat. I don't care if he chokes on it. And just soak him in tears. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
The rest of you see that her nightgown is rapidly turning red. She's been hit.
Oh, shit. So now
Cornell immediately changes his focus from Bonnie to Blanca.
Bonnie is still unconscious. He's got the leaf in his mouth. You're not seeing any reaction, but his chest is still rising and falling weakly.
If Cornell,
I don't have healer tools on me. I don't have my equipment, and they brought a fucking leaf instead of my tools.
Push my
I can't do anything here.
Yeah,
I can't do anything about this.
He's speaking broken Kurg or whatever. Anyways, Robin works.
Don't give me a fucking leaf when I tell you to go get my tools from my
I don't know your
bag.
tools. Shut up. This is Fey magic.
Call a paramedic. I have this leaf.
Jesus.
I got it.
Push my mouth up to Banny's mouth and blow the leaf down into his esophagus.
So he's not poisoned, but he chokes to death.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's good to know.
We're all done. Here. Yeah. Roll the one. It's not going anywhere.
Bjorn says somebody needs to unfuck themselves and tend to Blanca. Benny will live or he will not. I will keep
Blanca, lay down.
Valkyries.
Stop it. Stop it.
Just death grip on Banny. I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
I'm right there next to her. I'm stronger than her. I'm just going to elbow her over. Calm down. Let me look at this.
She's got a bullet wound in her.
Bjorn, go get my healer's kit.
Okay.
It's in my bag.
He goes
Any reaction for Banny?
running off. Danny, you're still what? Where did you stabilize? Dying what?
I was at dying 2 at that point.
Dying 2. So you're still stabilized. You don't know if the poison's been neutralized.
I'll do the medicine on him while he does the medicine on her.
Is he breathing?
No, heal the kid.
Is he breathing?
He is breathing.
He's breathing. Just relax. Let him take care of you.
Bjorn comes back with your medical kit.
Okay, now we can do stuff. 27 on Blanca, which will be another 2d8 hit points, and we'll stop the bleeding.
Have you been medically treated in the last hour, Banny?
Yes, by me.
So there's a resistance, right?
You can't do a treat medicine on him, a treat wounds on him, because I did one while last round with battle medicine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever suffered bleeding ulcers? Have you been to Mexico in the last 10 days?
Blanca, you get 8 hit points.
Have you had sex outside of this particular country?
Outside of your doggy marriage.
Yeah.
21 treat
I did.
poison.
I didn't.
That's right.
Is the poison's DC 21 or lower?
The poison has been neutralized.
Oh, then okay.
He coughs up what's left of the leaf, but it looks like his saliva worked on it for a bit.
That's what this was for. Don't worry about that.
And how many hit points did you get back?
Me?
Yeah.
He can't be treated.
He doesn't get any from the leaf, and he was already at 0.
Correct. Nothing from the leaf. That just neutralized the poison.
Right. And he has to be an hour before he can be treated.
I'm at 0 right now, so I'm stable. I'm still breathing.
So he's stable, but he's out.
I'm out.
Blanca, your bleeding's been stopped. You got some points back, yes?
Yeah.
And it's about the first time you notice the Viking is there in his heart underwear, just fucking covered in blood. He looks like somebody from A Clockwork Orange. It's bad.
Let alone what's in the bathroom.
He looks like Carrie on steroids.
Good God.
Put a hand up.
You, let's see. Nobody fired any firearms other than the silenced type, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Didn't get a shot.
So
I don't think
we do
anybody would have heard.
We do not have staff or other guests running toward you because you had your own wing on the second floor.
There was a bashed-in door.
There was a big crash. Could have been a party, but at this point, you don't have anybody running in your direction. Banny is down. Blanca is bloody but stable. And you've got a butcher shop floor in the bathroom.
Cornell does want to recover her silenced pistol, which should have like 5 or 6 shots left.
Yep. Let's see.
If possible, he wants to convert the silencer from her pistol to his pistol.
Do you have a Ragnar?
I do.
It'll convert.
You need
She
tools.
has
You could borrow the one that Blanca bought.
so 10-round
Cornell's a crafter.
Yes, yes, he is.
The tools that she brought, though, the Swiss Army knife. I mean,
He has all the
Burgundy Army
tools that he could need.
Cornell, you recover a magazine with 6 rounds. The corpse has a leather pouch at the small of its back where the back used to be. It has 2 more full rounds of 10, and you recover the silencer.
Which she fired, what, 5 times? 4 times?
I think it was 4, so she's
4
got,
times, I think.
that's the 6 rounds in that magazine.
So I would expect the silencer to be good for another
6
6 is it 6 or 12? I can't remember off the top of my head.
And that, gentlemen, is where we're going to hit the pause button for this week.